There's only one chicken sandwich this exciting.
Come on, is that all you got?
Wendy's Asiago Ranch Chicken Club.
And welcome to the Wendy's Halftime Report. I'm John Brickley. Coming up, we'll go in the game with Robin Roberts, courtesy of our friends at EspnW. But first, it's time for a Wendy's Wooden Award Watch update. And Baylor's success has been on the shoulders of this individual, Nina Davis, putting up over 21 points a game while shooting close to 60% from the floor. And she's also a rebound shy from averaging a double-double. Later today, Davis and the Bears with the task of trying to knock off their Big 12 rival in 20th-ranked Texas, coming up at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN2. All right, as promised, let's go in the game with Robin Roberts as she sits down with some of the biggest and most influential names in sports to find out what drives them to succeed in everything they do. Enjoy.
First of all, Amy, thank you very much for taking the time.
Thank you.
We've been wanting you here in the game, as we say. And boy, do you have game. Snowboarder Amy Purdy flies down mountains with extraordinary grace and skill.
I love just carving down the mountain. And I love feeling strength in my body and my legs and kind of the freedom that you feel and being in nature. It's something that will be a part of me forever.
But 15 years ago, when Purdy was just 19, she contracted bacterial meningitis, a terrifying, life-threatening illness. She lost both legs below the knee and needed a kidney transplant. Her dad was her donor. You're in that hospital for that time. You're going through all those things, and thank goodness that your father was able to be your donor.
Yeah.
But you're snowboarding.
Yeah.
Now, how quickly were you out there on the slopes?
I was back up, I think, about 7 months after I lost my legs. And I had never missed a season of snowboarding before. And I thought, even though I just lost my legs, I'm not missing a season now. And I think just having that goal, it forced me to get up on my feet quicker, to learn to walk quicker, and to reach that goal.
Not only did Purdy learn to snowboard again, but she and her boyfriend started a nonprofit that helps others with physical disabilities participate in action sports. Purdy was also part of the successful effort to get snowboarding included in the Paralympics in Sochi, where she won the bronze medal. When you look at your story, and there are more chapters to be written, but the chapters that have already been written, how do you continue that journey, that road that has led you to such pursuit of perfection?
I think for me it's just staying passionate about what I do and keeping myself open and flexible to change, you know, and to what may come my way. I mean, I've always had these big goals, and I can say that I've accomplished most of them. But there's all these changes in between that lead you on these different paths and detours, and those are sometimes the opportunities that have led me to some of the most amazing things I've done.
I'm not going to say anything is a silver lining when you go through something as traumatic as you have or others have, but to take the time to be able to say, I've learned, and you know what? I would not be this person without that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, every single challenge that I've been through has led me to where I'm at today. Or has taught me something. I don't actually like the term overcoming obstacles because I don't know, like I can't say I've overcome the obstacle of losing my legs because every day I have to put my legs on. I mean, that it's always there, but it's no longer an obstacle. It's, you know, for me, I guess, you know, an opportunity. What can I do with this?
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Instead of obstacle, opportunity. Yeah. Just again, just changing, just tweaking it a little bit.
Say it right now, baby. Come on, come on.
Right after Sochi, Purdy found a new opportunity, competing on Dancing with the Stars. You were a finalist on Dancing with the Stars.
I know, against people who have legs. I know.
I love that. Against people who have legs.
Yeah.
You have a lot of support in social media. We've got a couple of questions for you that people are like, you got to talk to Amy. So these were all via Twitter. How do you feel about your ability to touch more people's lives, like this person said, like mine, since Dancing with the Stars?
I mean, it's a great place to be. It's just to know that you're a part of something positive. I think that's what feels so good. People don't just come up to me and recognize me from the show. They come up and say, oh my gosh, you've inspired me to lose weight, or you've inspired me to be more comfortable in my own skin, or, you know, I have a sister who lost her leg and now she's, you know, up and around and running, and all because of you. Or, you know, it's just to be a part of something that's bigger than just you, and that impacts people in a positive way. You would never think going into a dance competition that it would be so life-changing, but...
Did you have any dance background at all? Did you...
No, none. Well, clog dancing when I was 12.
Oh, well. Another question. Curious whether Amy ever allows herself to relax. What is her idea of a quiet evening?
I know, that's funny. A quiet evening, sitting on the porch. For one, I love Colorado. I have a place out there up in the mountains, and we're with bears and moose and everything right up there in the mountains. It's so beautiful. When I visualize a perfect evening, it's sitting on the porch with a glass of wine, with my boyfriend, with my family, friends, just completely relaxing, talking, looking at nature. I love that.
And every time I'm in your presence, I am in awe of your optimism, of your resiliency. And there are many people who are like, where does that come from? How are you able to do that?
When I was young, if somebody had said, at the age of 19, you're going to lose both of your legs, lose your kidneys, and you know your life is going to change forever, I would have said, because I thought it, that there's no way I'd be able to handle that. And then, you know, and then you go through it and you realize the strength that you have, and you don't even know your own strength until you're forced to use it. And then, you know, you put things in perspective, and I think it made me more grateful for what I do have instead of focusing on what I lost.
You're inspiring people all the time. I'm glad that you can inspire others, but I hope that you know what it is that I don't want to say overcome. You don't have to say that. Yeah. But just the stellar example that you are for all of us. It is great to see you.
So nice to see you too.
Oh gosh, I have been wanting to get you in the game for the last 3 seasons, and I'm just so pleased that you have the time, because you're kind of busy these days, Laila. Laila Ali is a multitasking mother of 2 and a television host.
Welcome to All In. I'm Laila Ali.
But when we first met 13 years ago, she was a young boxer trying to live up to the legacy of her legendary father, Muhammad Ali.
Well, you know, when I first started boxing, it was when I got introduced to the public. You know, my father being a global icon, but now here's his daughter. I knew that a lot of people weren't going to understand it. And I used to always just be really focused and always felt like I had something to prove. You know, you came and interviewed me for fight, and I had my game face on and
I was scared. I was scared. Laila proved herself beyond a doubt. In 24 professional fights, she was undefeated with 21 knockouts, the top woman fighter in the world. In the ring, we always want to know the best move. What was your
best move?
Yeah, what was your best move?
I would say definitely the right hand. You know, the right hand was my money punch, you would call it, because you know, if I landed hard, I'm gonna knock you out with it. And then my movement in the ring, because you know, if somebody can't get in front of you to land their shots, and then they have to worry about you hitting them as well, that's like a major advantage to have, is good movement in the boxing ring.
Because you were floating like a butterfly.
I wouldn't say that. I never tried to
like
compare myself.
Yes.
Yeah, I was
but even can I just tell you, just sitting here, how many times you've done this?
Oh, I have.
I know.
Sorry.
I'm going like, well, watch with the right hand.
The winner, Laila Ali.
You were undefeated in the ring. Now, where you are in your life, do you still have that same pursuit for perfection?
Definitely. And, you know, I have to work on not being so hard on myself sometimes, because I'm in a new space. You know, I did what I love to do. And it was hard for me once I retired to find something else that I was passionate about, because as an athlete, you just don't feel that same passion.
But Laila found a way to show another side of herself on Dancing with the Stars.
People like the idea that I fight. They haven't actually seen me fight. but they just like that I don't look like a fighter, but I have this little tough edge. I remind them of my father. You know, at the same time, they got to see me do my thing on the dance floor, and I gained a whole new, you know, fan base.
And your program that you're doing right now is something that really kids can watch. So the family.
Oh, yes.
The family can sit down and watch together.
Yes, my show, All In, is something I'm proud of, obviously, because I don't like to associate myself with anything that's not positive, that people can't watch as a family. We spotlight people that are doing, you know, extraordinary things, but are ordinary people. You know, so it's a little job I do on the side here. It comes on every Saturday. It's fun.
Life has changed for Laila's father, too. The once powerful fighter, now living with Parkinson's disease.
And even now with his sickness, he still gets out. He still touches people. And he can just walk in a room and people cry. They don't even know why they're crying, not just because they feel bad, because of the energy that he brings.
We ask people on Twitter and social media all the time when we're going to sit down with somebody. I can remember getting so many questions, good questions. When did you realize that your father was not just a world champion, but also a world influencer?
It's funny, I can't remember the exact moment, but I'm so proud of my father, first and foremost, because when he was fighting back in the day and he said boxing is just a platform for me, he's a humanitarian, he cared about people. I'm glad to have that same blood running through my veins, and he has shaped the way I look at the world and other people and other athletes, other celebrities. And it's hard for me to get excited about people because I'm like, what have they really done? Like, you have a God-given gift and talent, but you know, how are you going to use, you know, this platform that you have? But you can't expect everybody to be like Muhammad Ali. Just becoming an athlete doesn't change who you are as a person.
What was your greatest weakness that you overcame to go on to be successful in life?
I would just say that me feeling like I had something to prove when I did first start boxing, and I wasn't really able to show my real self and the fun side of me and just kind of relax. Anytime you're just uptight, you know, you're just not going to get very far, you know, because you're just putting too much energy into the negative. And that's what really has helped me be successful.
Another popular question is, will the Ali dynasty continue? You have two children. You were a fighter, your father was a fighter, boxer. What about your children? Would you want them to step into the ring?
No.
Either one of them? Either one of them?
No. I feel like you have to be a little crazy to want to box for a living, because I mean, I know what we go through and I know what kind of toll it can take on your body. Boxing is just a little shady, you know, and it's just kind of like anyone can be a trainer, anybody can be a promoter, anybody can be a fighter. You got all these people in there, and you know.
But yet it's been very, very good to you and
It
your
has,
father.
But my dad didn't want me to do it, and I don't want my kids to do it. But let me just say this. If my son or daughter wanted to fight and were like, Mom, I really want to do it, I would not tell them that they couldn't, because I already know, like me, that wasn't going to do anything.
So has the Ali family thrown its last punch? In or out of the ring, the future is full of promise. You must be so excited about not just right now, but the future. Infinite possibilities.
There definitely are infinite possibilities, you know, and you get to choose what road you want to take. And from the very beginning, I knew I was going to stay true to myself. And so as situations occur, as opportunities present themselves, you know, I make decisions according to, you know, how I feel inside and my values, my morals, and what can I do and go to sleep at night and feel like I'm still on that same path, you know, and that's what makes me feel good.
And we hope you enjoyed that look in the game with Robin Roberts. To view more episodes, you can log on to EspnW.com. That's going to do it for this Wendy's Halftime Report. I'm John Brickley. Enjoy the second half.